behalf of Beacon House National University Sustainability Programs Initiative team, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us. So, before we begin, I would like to start the session with the recitation of Surah Ikhlas. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد صدق الله العظيم. Now it's my pleasure to invite Ms. Imrana Tiwana to deliver welcome remarks and provide us with an overview of the event and its objectives. Please, Ms. Imrana.
Thank you, Danish. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Fabi'ayya alai rabbikuma tukazziban. Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to this session on behalf of Beacon House National University, our Vice Chancellor Dr. Moeed Yusuf and the faculty. It is with great pleasure and I'm very excited to have this session, which is a novel inclusion in ThinkFest or any other festival, where the nature of this particular session is unique because it is student-oriented and it is a forward-looking, inshallah, an effort, an intervention to make an action plan for sustainability and climate change and the environment. This is a BNU-led project, but it will, inshallah, we are hopeful and confident that we are in the process of making a collective platform for all academic institutions across Pakistan. So this will be interprovincial, starting from Balochistan, going all the way to GB, so that we've made a charter and it will be an evolving charter, and we hope that all students can connect through this charter. We have created something called the Climate Action Coalition, and Urva is here who's heading this. We hope that the collaboration internationally, we're collaborating with several universities, Harvard, MIT, Columbia, and so many others. We're also associated with SDSN. In fact, we have just become a member. That is the Sustainable Development Solutions Network. It's a UN-based organization, but it's led by a very distinguished professor of economics, Dr. Jeffrey Sachs at Columbia, where he also has the Earth Institute. So we've just become a member, and the SDSN has over 400 to 500 universities internationally, where they have youth groups who are already working on sustainability and climate change. And we hope that this can be an inspiration and a starting point for our students in Pakistan to be at the forefront, creating a model that is replicable not only in Pakistan, but which is recognized globally. And I hope one day, soon, we are able to be in a place where Harvard and MIT say, you know, Pakistan jao, wahan pe BNU ne ek model banaya. So, inshallah. On that note, I won't take too much time. As you know, this is a student-oriented panel, and it was a competition that we held, and we had several, about 35 to 40 entries, out of which we have selected 6. I'm also very happy to share that the nature of these entries is also unique. We keep saying at BNU that have tapped into a first taker advantage. When we were researching, when we were starting the project, we researched academia across Pakistan and discovered that there was no hub of excellence for sustainability and climate change in Pakistan. Every university had a small component. Jamshoro was doing a lot of good work on water. Then the Swat University, the Gilgit University, everyone was working in pockets. And so we decided that BNU should have this platform where we bring all these together and have an integrated synergy, both in terms of our charter and our scaling out of the program. We're also happy to share that we are collaborating on a cross-sectoral basis. So the public-private sector, the corporate sector, the industrial sector. So जब तक हम सब इकट्ठे होके एक strong chain नहीं बनाएंगे, I think already we know we are faced with a severe health emergency in Lahore with the smog that is now recurrent for the last many years. We are in the process of creating a model to alleviate the smog at BNU, which inshallah should be done in about 3 to 4 months. And we will share it then with everyone so that they can implement that. So there's a lot more to say, but another time. I'd like to invite the speakers today. So मैं ये कह रही थी कि it is unique because a lot of our work is harnessing the power of AI. And it's interesting because AI is a double-edged sword, as we all know. AI, the use of AI is debatable and controversial. But we feel that in the area of sustainability and climate change, we have started working with AI for simulations and codes that can predict hotspots of vulnerability within cities, particularly Lahore, Pakistan, Asia, the burden of disease. We discovered that we did a research on malaria and respiratory diseases. And the hotspots showed places that were, that had the most severe environmental degradation. So once we can have predictive models, we know where to go and how to handle that. So there we have 4 papers today, which are AI related. And I will just request the speakers. I'll just call out, read the titles of these papers. So the first one is Planning for Clean Air, How Urban Typologies in Green Spaces Shape Air Quality in Pakistan. Okay, I think they're on their way. Okay. The second is Waste Sorting Through AI. So hybrid deep learning pipeline for the classification of recyclable materials. So when we talk of reuse, the 3 R's, it's important to understand कि इसको हमने on ground किस तरह करना है. The third one is a comparative analysis of satellite derived and sensor based air quality metrics in BNU. Is that Urva? Aap आइए. Please come to the stage. And the fourth is Enviroscope towards sustainable water and land management. And this paper is leveraging remote sensing and geo information. So may I call Mariam, Urva, Noor, Ma, please come to the stage. Wahajul Islam, Usman Ali, Zirwa, Umar, आइए आप बैठे. I'm sorry the stage is a step up, but I'm sure you'll be able to manage. Hafiz Abu Bakr, आप भी आ जाइए. Thank you so much. Can we give a big hand to the speakers? जी, please have a seat. Okay, so the format of our session today is that each student has 5 to 6 minutes to present their hypotheses and give us a summary of their paper. So may I request Wahab, right? Wahajul Islam to talk about waste sort AI, hybrid deep learning pipeline for the classification of recyclable materials.
May I stand or? Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I hope you can hear me. My name is Wahadul Islam, and actually, I want to present my idea on waste sort AI. The motivation behind this idea is that waste disposal is a big environmental problem for all of us. Actually, में होता ये है कि वेस्ट को जब हम इम्प्रॉपर तौर पर डिस्पोज करते हैं तो ना सिर्फ हमारे इन्वायरमेंट पोल्यूशन में इजाफा होता है बल्कि स्मोक और दूसरे फैक्टर्स भी सामने आते हैं। इन केस प्लास्टिक और नॉर्मल वेस्ट को अगर हम लोग सही तरीके से डिस्पोज नहीं करते, हम उसे जला देते हैं, हमें इस चीज़ की आइडिया ही नहीं होता कि हमने उसे किस तरह से डिस्पोज करना है, तो ना सिर्फ वो हमारे ये स्मोक और दूसरे इन्वायरमेंटल फैक्टर्स में इजाफा करता है बल्कि हमारे लिए भी नुकसानदेह है। ग्लोबल वार्मिंग इस चीज़ से बहुत इंक्रीज़ हो रही है। मोटिवेशन बिहाइंड ऑल ऑफ दिस इज़ दैट हम एक ऐसी एप्लीकेशन तैयार कर रहे हैं that will actually enable us to sort the waste properly and provide the proper disposal recommendation for it. So how it works? For example, we can just click a picture of just a waste pile. It will be just a waste pile for a normal person. For a layman, it will be nothing more than just a waste pile and he can easily burn it. But for us, it will be an opportunity. What we can do is we can actually after clicking the picture we can check that through segmentation and AI machine learning algorithms we can easily classify whether how much trash is available in that, how much plastic is available in that, how much cardboard, how much paper, in which quantity, and then it will also enable us to check that how we can dispose it properly, like it can provide us relevant proper disposal recommendation for it. So it can help waste management companies to easily classify this, and they can easily manage to reduce the waste impact on, like whether they can easily dump it properly in their professional way that cannot harm the environment. So this is the idea behind that. Thank you.
I believe this is a very important intervention because this is, as you know, Lahore does not have a single waste treatment plant. And Mahmood Booty is the largest landfill in the world. The emissions, the atrocity of the figure of emissions is something that is causing severe degradation, as we have cottage industry in that area as well. So it's very important to be able to identify our sources of waste and then develop projects, and I would urge you to take this forward and develop projects like waste to energy. You know, waste to energy is an excellent way of not only recycling but also providing an alternative. I'd now like to request Amjad Tunio from the School of Visual Arts and Design at BNU to present his work, which is based on waste conversion into art.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मेरा नाम अमजद तुनियो है और मैं बीकन हाउस नेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी में मास्टर्स का स्टूडेंट हूँ। मेरा जो काम है बेसिकली वो प्लास्टिक रेपर पे। प्लास्टिक रेपर इसलिए मैंने चूज़ की थी क्योंकि वो सिर्फ जो एक ही मतलब टाइम पे ना यूज़ होती है, मतलब फर्स्ट जो है टाइम जिसको बोलें कि हम एक ही दफ़ा यूज़ होती है, और जो प्लास्टिक रेपर होती है वो सिर्फ 12 मिनट हमारे हाथ में होती है और वो 450 साल तक वो उससे ज़्यादा वो मतलब चलती है, और वो मतलब फिर लैंडफिल में जाती है और एयर पॉल्यूट करती है और अभी तो ओशन में भी जा रही है। और बहुत सारी चीज़ें मतलब जो प्लास्टिक जो रेपर मतलब लोग समझते हैं कि सिर्फ ये एक रेपर है, एक मतलब रेपर फेंकेंगे फेंकेंगे तो मतलब क्या होगा, मगर वो सिर्फ एक रेपर नहीं है, वो एक फिश की डेथ है, वो एक परिंदे की डेथ है। तो अब मैंने ये काम पिछले 7-8 साल से कर रहा हूँ। और मैं एज अ वीवर, एज आर्टिस्ट इसको प्लास्टिक रेपर को मैं वीव कर रहा हूँ। और उसमें से मैंने बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट्स बनाता हूँ। मेरी एक छोटी सी ब्रांड है जिसका नाम है इको संगति। इको संगति मीन्स संगति, हम सिंधी में उसको बोलते हैं संगत, दोस्त, जैसे इंग्लिश में फ्रेंड हो गया। तो मेरा छोटा सा एक ब्रांड है, उसका नाम है इको संगति, जिसमें मैं बनाता हूँ टोट बैग होते हैं, और लैपटॉप बैग है, वॉल्ट है, और साइड बैग है। तो मैं बनाता हूँ वो। तो उस एक टोट बैग में तकरीबन तकरीबन एक बैग में 600 से 700 जो रेपर है, प्लास्टिक बैग्स और रेपर्स, वो मैं यूज़ करता हूँ। तो अभी जो रिसेंटली मेरा काम था, अ, जो मैंने BNU से ही कैंपस से ही मैंने प्लास्टिक कलेक्ट करके मैंने कुछ काम क्रिएट किया था। जी, थैंक यू। जी, ये अभी रिसेंटली मेरा काम है। इसमें मैंने कैंपस से ही जो मुझे रेपर्स मिल रही थी, मगर BNU में एक चीज़ ये है कि वहाँ पर जो डस्टबिन है वो सिर्फ एक ही किस्म की इंस्टॉल की हुई है। तो BNU को मतलब मैं एज इस चीज़ से ये कहना चाहूँगा कि वहाँ पे तीन मतलब डस्टबिन इंस्टॉल करें, जैसे एक वो प्लास्टिक रेपर की हो, एक पेपर की हो, एक फुट की हो। अगर एक ही डस्टबिन में वो सारी चीज़ें जाती है तो फिर वो रिसाइकलिंग के लिए मसला हो जाता है। और ये जो मेरा प्रोसेस है, जो मैं वीव करता हूँ, जब मैं प्रोडक्ट जो बनाता हूँ, वो पूरा जो इको फ्रेंडली होता है। उसमें कोई भी केमिकल, कोई भी मतलब ऐसी चीज़ नहीं यूज़ करता जिससे फिर इन्वायरमेंट मतलब ख़राब हो। सबसे पहले मैं प्लास्टिक जो कलेक्ट करता हूँ तो मतलब मैं खुद BNU की शॉप्स या BNU के स्टूडेंट को बोलता हूँ कि वो मुझे डोनेट करें, और डोनेट करें। उसके बाद में उनसे मतलब रेपर्स लेके सबसे पहले मैं उनको कलर वाइज मैं उनको डिवाइड करता हूँ। और उसके बाद में एज अ सिंपल जो पानी, और पानी भी मतलब इतना वेस्ट नहीं होता, एक में टप लेता हूँ, जिसे बाउल जिसको बोलें, उससे वॉश करके मैं सनलाइट के थ्रू मैं उसको ड्रा करता हूँ। उसके बाद मैं छोटे छोटे उसको पीसेस में, जैसे इसमें स्ट्रिप्स कटी हुई है वैसे स्ट्रिप्स में कट करके, फिर जो ट्रेडिशनल जो वीव का तरीका है जिसको हम चरखा, आज की मतलब जो अभी जो बच्चे आ रहे हैं उनको मैंने जब जहाँ भी मतलब मैं प्रेजेंट करता हूँ उन बताता हूँ कि मैं चरखे पे काम करता हूँ, तो उनको पता नहीं था स्कूल्स में कि वाट चरखा मतलब उनको चरखे का नहीं पता। तो मेरा काम था वो ट्रेडिशनल के थ्रू है कि मैं एज अ चरखे में थ्रेड बनाता हूँ, उसके बाद वीव करता हूँ और ये सारे प्रोडक्ट्स बनाता हूँ। जी,
Ji, thank you so much, Amjad.
थैंक यू।
This is a wonderful project, and we believe that the time now is to walk the talk. बहुत बातें हो गई, बहुत पॉलिसीज़ आ गई, बहुत से चीज़ों का जिक्र हुआ। So अब हमें इसको implement करना है on ground, and we need to do it collectively. So it's a
जी,
wonderful project, and we can brainstorm with everyone here later and at campus कि इसको आपने scale out किस तरह करना है। अब I'm happy to share that BNU has initiated a segregated bin competition within BNU, and it's very interesting that when we go for change, we realize that there is a resistance because उसकी supply नहीं है, क्योंकि उसकी demand नहीं है, and everyone wants to remain in their comfort zones. So we discovered that we're going to be Pakistan's first green university. with an accreditation from WWF. And उनके जो indicators, KPIs, वो इतने detailed हैं. They do not allow plastic waste bins. They don't allow plastic bags. So for our compliance, we said steel का पता किया, वो बहुत महंगा आ रहा था because it's a university and it has. So then necessity is the mother of invention. We decided, why don't we do it in-house? So we decided कि bamboo के उसके हम बनाएं containers, which is a zero carbon product, और उसके अंदर के फिर हमने students को कह दिया एक competition. आप बताएं इसका model क्या है, इसकी cost क्या आएगी, and we're actually in the process of implementing that. Along with that, we have also found a sponsor who will come and provide, help us with putting up these bins. जी अच्छा. So sorry, I have to stand up because I think there's some video later. And we would be happy if any one of you would like to come and join and give ideas because it's a collective. The next one is Ji, इनका जी Usman Ali, and I would आपका topic अगर आप बता दें. Enviroscope is his project. Again, this is AI related. Ji Usman.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम. So Enviroscope एक land and water monitoring system है जिसमें according to a research by Pakistan Institute of Policy Research on Water Resources, by the end of 2030 पाकिस्तान में पीने का साफ पानी नहीं होगा. और जो फैक्टर्स इफेक्ट कर रहे हैं हमारे वाटर रिसोर्सेज को, दे आर टर्बिडिटी, क्लोरोफिल ए एंड टोटल सस्पेंडेड सॉलिड. सो हमने जो सिस्टम डेवलप किया है उसमें कोई भी स्टूडेंट या कोई भी इंडिविजुअल उसको एक रीजन ऑफ इंटरेस्ट ड्रॉ कर सकता है किसी भी वाटर रिसोर्स पे, किसी भी वाटर रिसोर्सेज पे वो रीजन ऑफ इंटरेस्ट डेवलप कर सकता है, जिससे वो देख सकता है कि पाकिस्तान की किसी भी वाटर रिसोर्स पे वो लेक है, वो रिवर है, वो सी है, वहाँ पे टर्बिडिटी कितनी है, वहाँ पे क्लोरोफिल कितना है और वहाँ पे टोटल सस्पेंडेड सॉलिड कितना है. अब ये इंडिविजुअल्स को हेल्प करता है क्योंकि फॉर एग्जांपल रावी रिवर में हर मंथ 10,000 टन जो सस्पेंडेड सॉलिड है वो आता है, और उसने इफेक्ट किया रावी रिवर को पिछले जितने भी डेकेड से. और आगे जो हमारे पॉलिसी रिसर्चर्स हैं, जो रिसर्च मेकर्स हैं, जो पॉलिसी मेकर्स हैं, उन्होंने जो इस पे रिसर्च बनानी है या इस पे पॉलिसीज़ बनानी है वो इन्हीं डेटास पे बनेगी, क्योंकि जो हमारा दयामीर भाषा डैम है उसको कंस्ट्रक्ट करने के जो कॉस्ट थी वो उतनी कॉस्ट थी जितनी मंगला डैम को उसकी फुल कैपेसिटी में वापस क्लीन करने की कॉस्ट थी. इसीलिए चाइना ने 220+ डैम्स बिल्ड किए हैं, क्योंकि नए डैम्स बनाना डैम्स को क्लियर करने से ज़्यादा आसान है. और इसी तरह हमारे जो वाटर रिसोर्सेज है, जब हमारे पास उनका डेटा होगा तभी हम उनके जो हमारा डिसीजन मेकिंग पैनल होगा गवर्नमेंट का, वो उसी डेटा के बेस पे उसका बनाएंगे जितने भी रिसर्च हो.
Ji, thank you so much, Usman. I just want to also share with you that ये जो सारे projects और research हमने initiate किए in the with the Department of Computer and Information Technology, where we have a chair for AI now. Dr. Usman Nazir is heading that. These are real projects where we will be impacting and proposing policy changes both at the federal level and at the provincial level. We're in touch with the Environment Protection Department, with the Ministry of Climate Change. And so, inshallah, ye jo ek collective effort hai with the endorsement of all universities across Pakistan, where we will get so many other projects. For example, air pe ek pura folder hoga, water pe ek hoga. Then we can go out and talk about solutions, because often we've seen कि रातों रात कह देते अब जी स्मॉग आ गई है स्कूल बंद कर दो, स्मॉग आ गई है दुकानें बंद कर दो. The correct way to do it is to have a transition map and to have the alternatives ready with incentives to the private sector in particular, because businesses हैं वो कहते हैं जी हम रातों रात कैसे बदल दें. ये जब हमने रिक्शों को किया था from 2-stroke to 4-stroke in Lahore, I happened to be on the committee at that time. ये जरा प्लीज ऊपर उनको कहें बोले ना ऊपर, प्लीज ask them कि आहिस्ता बोल. Thank you. उस वक्त there was huge resistance. The rickshaw union came to Jail Road और वो सड़क पे लेट गए सारे और उन्होंने कहा जी आपने हमारे बच्चों की रोजी मार दी. So you know we are confronted with not only, this is not just a technical and scientific intervention, but the ESG, the socio-political, economic implications of change management are extremely important, and that is something that we are focusing on at BNU, and hopefully Punjab University se kafi log aa jaaye hue hain, and other universities. We hope that this hand-holding will have far-reaching results. So I'd like to request Maha and Mariam to present their paper on just give me a second. आपका पेपर किस पे नहीं जी आप बता दीजिए title, and if you could present it. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. So the research that we are working on is titled Comparative Analysis of the Satellite-Derived and Sensor-Based Air Quality Metrics in Beacon House National University. So the data is too much, but we are focusing on just a very selected targeted area, and that is Beacon House University. So as we all know and very well aware that thank you very much. So as we all know, as we all are very aware that air quality is the critical component of our public health, and it needs to be focused. It needs to be the priority of the government policy making and everything. So keeping in mind the recent prevalent topics is a smog situation in Pakistan and particularly in Lahore and nearby areas. Our study focused on finding the alternative method, and that is actually getting the data from the satellite, that is Sentinel-5P, and then we have like a sensor known as a VAIR sensor. We're getting the real-time data over there that is very precise over the localized area that is Beacon House National University in 6 different locations, and we're getting the data and comparing it, therefore doing the comparative analysis. So the whole point is just to bridge the gap that we are finding in society in our country. And therefore, as we all are very well aware as well, that in Lahore, there are very limited number of air quality monitoring stations. Namely, there are only 15. So we really aren't like well equipped in order to fully able to get the data. Therefore, our target is to focus, like our future work, our future plan is to first of all focus on getting the data, getting the sensor data from different locations that can be in different cities over like a larger period of time, because our research paper based on only 5 weeks data, and that is not very much good enough amount of data to actually predict a good model, that is our AI that help us to train the model and everything. So that's our plan, and there's also other things we're working on right now, and that is to use the AVAIR sensor that is being given to us by professors to actually compare the indoor air quality with the presence of plants and without it, just to understand the significance of how these plants can actually help us lower the and minimize and mitigate all these issues that we are facing in our society now. Thank you very much.
Political party, political leader, those who are being persecuted. How much of a power?
For this research, essentially, we employed ground level sensors, which is the aware element sensor. It is very good for like consumer level, although there are disparities when it comes to industrial level air quality sensors. However, for this research, as our due to time constraints, we limited our area to only Beacon House National University. Our future plan is to expand that area, go to different cities of Pakistan, and collect data from there over larger time periods. This was only for 1 month. However, that is not enough to actually get strong results. The results that we did achieve highlighted our hypothesis. It strengthened our hypothesis how results are supposed to be, that the trends showed by the data collected from Sentinel 5P as well as our own aware element sensors showed that hardly were there any instances in this 5 week period that the air quality both at ground at an atmospheric level reached a good healthy air quality index. So those trends show how it is necessary for us to collect such data and study that data to be able to come to informed decisions of how we are supposed to step forward in making policies in our for our city. Thank you so much.
So I think one of the focal sort of concerns here is that there is a lack of credible data in our country for just about everything, particularly everything related to sustainability. So we have started a process with WWF to calculate our carbon footprint. And then, you know, sometimes it's so easy. वो कहते हैं ना कि वो क्या चिराग के नीचे अंधेरा. Simple things like a snake plant. If you put a snake plant within, it cleanses the air better than an air purifier for 100 square feet, which is 10 by 10, right? Of an indoor space. So if you have, you know, a 20 by 20 hall and you put only 2 snake plants, you are guaranteed that your air is clean. But these are simpler methods that we are employing, and the model will be ready soon. But the data for algorithmic simulations of mapping through not only satellite but now through AI. Dr. Usman, Assalamu alaikum. आप भी इधर आ जाइए please. Doctor, इधर आ जाइए. Dr. Usman Nazir is heading AI chair, and we're very happy to report that together we're spearheading a lot of work in this direction. So अभी हमें अपनी carbon footprint का data आ जाएगा. फिर जब हम compliance mechanisms डालेंगे, we have a reporting system with WWF. So we will know every month how much carbon is being reduced through various measures of carpooling, cycles, renewable energy. Bank of Punjab has given us some cycles that the children are using on campus. We plan to bring e-carts and e-loaders so that canteen और इन चीज़ों का जो है, जो हमारी e-waste, and we have the last presenter after this and we'll quickly open it for a question and answer. But I'm so happy to share one particular thing which is very close to my heart. So we were looking for a waste company. We shortlisted many, and they all said, "हम आपको मुफ्त bins दे देंगे, हम ये कर देंगे." And you know, the administration was very happy. The GM said, "ये तो बड़ा ज़बरदस्त है." And I said, "नहीं, whatever we do, हमने authentic काम करने. We're not going into greenwashing." And so we realized that we could not use plastic bins, which is what the companies were providing. खैर वो waste management companies को हमने interview किया, and we found one company. The story is so heart touching. They've been in the business for 20 years. और उन्होंने शुरू किया. Now they have 5,000 students. They run a school underprivileged बच्चों के लिए. और वो खाना, education, uniform, किताबें free provide करते हैं from the waste that they collect. They've been in the market for 20 years, and so inshallah we will start working with them soon. उन्होंने हमें कहा segregation तो हम करेंगे campus पे. You know, we start the. They said every month we will tell you हमने कितने किलो या waste उठाया और कितने बच्चों को हमने पढ़ाया. So I think BNU की जो ethos है, the ethos of knowledge and wisdom and sharing and caring and giving back is one which is of which is a priority with us. And if we can have collaborations and partnerships where through our waste we can educate 20 children a month, there could be nothing better. So I would like to request Abu Bakr to present his work, and आप उसका title बता दें.
Check. Ji, I Hafiz Muhammad Abu Bakr, and our supervisor Dr. Usman Nazir is also here, and my co-author Hasnain Ahmed is here. Our research topic was how urban topologies shape air quality in Pakistan. As you guys know, Lahore bad air quality में दुनिया का top #1 शहर है. So we have found that this city is an unplanned city. Basically, we are finding the evidence that how planned cities and unplanned cities shape air quality in Pakistan. So our region of interest is two major cities. One is Islamabad, that is planned city, and other is Lahore, that is unplanned city. We have found different gases concentrations using satellite Sentinel-5P. Its spectral resolution is 10 meter per pixel. ये satellite आपको हर पिक्सल में 10 मीटर तक ये बताती है कि इस 10 मीटर के अंदर गैस की क्या कंसंट्रेशन है. We have selected the carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide and particulate matter. So these are the major greenhouse gases जो कि हमारे environment को pollute कर रही हैं. So we have found the green spaces in Lahore. द ग्रीन स्पेसिस एरिया ऐसा एरिया लाहौर का जहाँ पे हमारे पास दरख्त काफ़ी ज़्यादा सैचुरेशन में है, और उसको हमने कंपेयर किया विद इस्लामाबाद. इस्लामाबाद में ऑब्वियसली द रिजल्ट्स हैव शोन इन आवर रिसर्च इज़ कि इस्लामाबाद के अंदर ग्रीन स्पेसिस ज़्यादा हैं, एंड फ्रॉम 2018 टू 2024 द ओवरऑल गैसेस कंसंट्रेशन इज़ लो as compared to Lahore. The gases concentration is much higher than Islamabad in Lahore, as well as Lahore has less number of trees and Islamabad has a higher number of trees. Also, the Lahore has very unoften spreaded industrial areas, like शहर के अंदर जहाँ पे आबादी है उसी जगह के ऊपर आपकी इंडस्ट्रीज हैं. इस्लामाबाद में इस तरह से नहीं है, क्योंकि दैट इज़ अ प्लान्ड सिटी, और वहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट ने पॉलिसी बनाई दैट जो हमारे इंडस्ट्रियल एरियाज हैं दैट विल बी स्कैटर अराउंड द बाउंड्री ऑफ द सिटी जहाँ पे आपकी पॉपुलेशन है. तो इस चीज़ का इम्पैक्ट इन्वायरमेंट के ऊपर ये है कि जहाँ पे पॉपुलेशन ज़्यादा रह रही है उस जगह के ऊपर एयर क्वालिटी एज़ कम्पेयर टू लाहौर, इस्लामाबाद के अंदर टेम्पोरल हमने चेक किया 2018 टू 2024 दैट इज़ लोअर देन लाहौर. सो आवर रिजल्ट्स हैव शोन दैट अ प्लान्ड सिटी जो कि एक गवर्नेंस जो हमारी बॉडीज़ हैं, गवर्नेंस बॉडीज़ जो कि प्लान्ड सिटीज़ का आइडिया अगर लेके आती हैं इस रिसर्च की रिजल्ट्स के अकॉर्डिंगली, तो अगर आप सिटी को प्लान करके इंडस्ट्रीज़ को स्कैटर अराउंड कर देते हैं तो आपकी जो पॉपुलेशन वाला एरिया है वहाँ के ऊपर एयर क्वालिटी इज़ क्वाइट गुड एज़ कम्पेयर टू द लाहौर जो कि एक अनप्लान्ड सिटी है और शहर के अंदर ही इंडस्ट्रियल एरियाज़ हैं. और we have found that the government tsunami tree program has also impact on it. उसके अंदर इस्लामाबाद के अंदर ट्री एरिया ज़्यादा है और एयर क्वालिटी बेटर है. लाहौर के अंदर ट्री एरिया कम है और जो हमारे पास बिल्टअप एरिया है वो ज़्यादा है और
I
एयर
don't
क्वालिटी
disagree
इज
with
क्वाइट
you. All right.
worst.
But यही तो बात है कि you saying कि now they are more populist. Of course now they are, because जब दिल टूटता है ना और जो उसका दर्द होता है,
this is our whole
तो
idea
तब आप
and the
बनते हो
research,
सच्चे आशिक.
और
अब जो
you can
इनका
read
इश्क
the
है, ताकत
results
के साथ,
in our paper
सिंहासन के साथ,
as well as
वो और ज्यादा
we are
पुख्ता
open
हुआ
for
है,
the
वो और
collaboration.
सख्त हुआ है.
Thank you.
इसीलिए
I think Abu Bakr has raised a very critical point, which is that which is controls in urbanization. When we make cities, it is very important to make boundaries to those cities so that integrated infrastructure, zoning, mobility can be managed. If Lahore at the moment is a mega city with almost 14 million people. There is a lack of infrastructure. We have very little public transport, no facilities for pedestrians. And so if we are now Sheikhupura, Nankana Sahib, are now part of, and Kasur are part of Lahore. So our footprint is already fairly large. With the addition of the Ravi Urban Development Project, RUDA, which is part of the Lahore master plan, there's a big debate, is it part of the master plan or not? I was on the Lahore Master Plan Committee and we raised this. It was given to a Lebanese company called DAR. And we raised this question many times and never got an answer. The current master plan is, there is a stay order on the current master plan because it did not take into consideration many aspects that were made a priority by the committee that made the vision, which I was a part of, which talked about a people-friendly, mobility-friendly, environment-friendly city. And I hope that, you know, we can take that forward. But just to give you one stark statistic, in the last 10 years, we have lost 75% of our green cover, which is trees and ground green cover, in just 10 years. But the positive side of it, and we always look with great hope at solutions, if we were to now use and harness the power of AI and have coded simulations which give us exact predictions, and we had our priorities right in matters of policy, I can promise you that we can reverse the air pollution within 3 to 4 months. It's not impossible. We saw it during COVID. आपने देखा होगा जब COVID था और गाड़ियाँ functions ban हो गए थे, events, तो नीले आसमान नजर आने शुरू हो गए थे. People couldn't believe they were in Lahore. So it's not a doomsday, irreversible scenario. And we at Beacon House in particular are working on a fast track basis to bring this awareness at a national level and also talk to the government and start these conversations. कि कुछ देखें, we have no, we don't have an option anymore. 10-15 years ago हम कहते थे ये कर लेंगे नहीं करेंगे. इस वक्त Lahore is in a health emergency. There are children between the ages of 3 and 10 who are on ventilators. अगर आप अस्पतालों में जाके देखें तो it's horrible. We don't have a choice anymore. When we talk of economic growth, I always say पहले अपने लोगों को, Article 9 of the Constitution of this country calls for a right to life, and Article 14 calls for a dignity to that life. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Sam. And so I think we must, you know, we must reassess who we are and what we're doing to our people. The cities are not made for cars and buildings and densities. मैं आपको बताऊं कि जो 90% डेंसिटी की बात करें, 90% लोग 10% में रहते हैं लाहौर में, और 10% लोग 90% ऑफ द फुटप्रिंट में रहते हैं, यानी कि 15 कनाल के घर और 20 कनाल के घर. और आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट वी शुड totally go on to a communist, you know, sort of track, but a good welfare state with an effective people-centric democracy demands that we have an equitable and inclusive governance system, and that our policies that are made with a lot of hard work need to be implemented. We all know, and I will end here and then we'll have a short question and answer. Agar aap policies ko dekhna shuru kare, just some food for thought for all of us. We have the oil refinery policy, we have the clean air policy, we have the petrol policy. Oil refinery policy ne kya kaha? 85% of Lahore, the emissions here are due to vehicles. 85. So the oil refinery policy, which has been approved, said कि आप Euro 2 जो कि हम यूज़ करते हैं, जो दुनिया में बैंड है, उसको ख़त्म करके Euro 4 and 5 पे आ जाएं. अगर हम Euro 4, 5, 6, 7 पे आ जाएं, आपकी 1 महीने के अंदर पोल्यूशन ख़त्म हो जाएगी. Now what happened? What happened in between the making of that policy? हुआ ये कि फ्यूल एडजस्टमेंट चार्जेस लग गए, पेट्रोल महंगा हो गया, बड़े ऑयल ये जो कंपनीज है उन्होंने कहा ये तो बड़ा पैसा लगता है, हम तो नहीं कर सकते, सो वो नहीं हुआ. वी आर स्टिल यूजिंग यूरो 2 एंड इट इज़ अनथिंकेबल एज रिस्पॉन्सिबल सिटीजन्स कि इस दुनिया में और इस हालत में कैन वी नॉट make the government realize that there are certain things that are across borders and that are non-political and that are affecting their children and our children. So the lobby or the effort to make people realize, देखें बहुत से levels पे ये काम होते हैं. Personal level पे हमने snake plant लगा लिया, हमने कपड़े के bags कर दिए, हमने plastic bottles ख़त्म कर दिए. And then of course there's the macro level where the larger policy has to come into place. So I would just request all of us here to think about this and to, as we have already made a collective, to join us. And inshallah, I'm very confident, by the way, I will end at least my views on a very positive note. And the positive note is that nothing is impossible. And I would like to, at this point, pay a tribute to our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Moeed Yusuf, who has realized and given us the space to understand that academia has a huge role to play. You know, the think tanks, the ability to harness all of this and then present it to change policies. So I would like to give a big hand to Dr. Moeed Yusuf for empowering us and giving us that space and making things happen. Dr. Moeed को रात को 3 बजे अगर email हम करें तो वो 3:02 पे जवाब दे देते हैं. Dr. Kamran is here. And so we've never worked with someone so dynamic. And I think in the process, all of us have pulled our socks up. So we have 3 minutes left, 5 minutes left. Are there any questions that you'd like, Ji?
You talked about how Lahore, the air pollution, 85% of it is from cars. And as an architecture student, I've always looked at Lahore and seen that the world is moving towards just walking cities. They have just walk zones, no car zones, only bus zones. However, Lahore has none of that. Don't you think we should start implementing that rather than other policies right now? We should work on a transport system. We should work on making walk zones. That is how we will lessen the carbon footprint of the cars also. Don't you think so? Because you guys talked about planned cities and unplanned cities, and I think this should be an integral part of our planning, because we're just building roads right now, and that's not really helping us. The roads don't even have sidewalks. So we should, and walking is healthy for us, and it will be healthy for the environment also. So I want you guys to talk a bit about this also.
Priorities. You know, all of this exists. We've made plans for it, and inshallah, we will focus on this. Are there any more questions? Ji.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम. I'm from Punjab University. जैसे कि आप लोगों के चारों के जो पेपर्स हैं, that's are based on the AI, that's a shallow knowledge. That according to the some authors, जो AI है वो खुद उसकी जो existence है वो खुद debatable है कि उसका जो knowledge है वो shallow होता है. तो क्या हम वापस उसी स्टेज में जा रहे हैं? और दूसरा जो हमारे गिलगिती भाई हैं उनने कहा कि हमें चरखे पे जाना चाहिए. तो ये क्या है कि हम दोबारा स्टोन एज में चले जाएं, वापस हम मॉडर्नाइजेशन की तरफ ना जाएं? क्या ये सारे सोल्यूशन हमारे लिए ही हैं? क्या ये थर्ड वर्ल्ड के लिए नहीं है? लाइक जैसे वेस्ट है, अगर हम महमूद बूटी की बात करते हैं तो वाई वी डोंट टॉक अबाउट द यूएसए डंपिंग्स जो कि वो अटलांटिक ओशन में करते हैं. लाइक जो वीट है वो उसे एक्सपोर्ट नहीं करते क्योंकि उनके कॉस्ट आता है. और हम चाइना की बात क्यों नहीं करते हैं? ये सारा कुछ ये क्लाइमेट इंजस्टिस की टर्म हमारे पास आती है. और अबू बकर भाई का जो क्वेश्चन था अनप्लान्ड और प्लान्ड सिटीज़ का, तो वाई वी डोंट टेक द अदर सिटीज़ एज वेल एज लाहौर, लाइक द शेखुपुरा एंड द विलेज, द रूरल एरिया, माई नेटिव विलेज. जैसे कि एक तो एयर क्वालिटी है ना, इस तरह उसके इर्द गिर्द जब आप टेक्सटाइल यहाँ से निकाल देंगे तो वो कहाँ पे जाएंगे? जो इंडस्ट्रीज़ हैं वो कहाँ जाएंगी? वो रूरल साइड्स पे जाएंगी. रूरल साइड्स पे जाएंगी तो वो जो आपके जो वाटर रिसोर्सेज हैं उनको वो क्या कहते हैं इफेक्ट करेंगे. तो व्हाट यू कैन से अबाउट दैट?
एक्चुअली आई वुड लाइक टू से कि जब आप इंडस्ट्रीज को स्कैटर कर देते हैं ना अराउंड द सिटी, तो उसके साथ आपका इम्पैक्ट होता है कि आपके पास जो कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ गैसेस हैं वो इक्वली डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो रही होती हैं एनवायरनमेंट के अंदर, इंस्टेड ऑफ दिस सैचुरेशन। अगर आपके पास एक पिन लोकेशन के ऊपर 5 से 7 इंडस्ट्रीज हैं और आपके पास 7 पिन लोकेशंस के ऊपर एक एक इंडस्ट्री है, तो दैट विल बी हैव अदर इफेक्ट ऑन द एयर क्वालिटी इंस्टेड ऑफ यू हैव 7 इंडस्ट्रीज ऑन अ सर्कल ऑफ 1 किलोमीटर। सो इस तरह से अर्बन जो टोपोलॉजीज हैं हमारी, उसमें प्लानिंग का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है वो इसीलिए है कि जो जहाँ पे पॉपुलेशन है वहाँ पे इंडस्ट्रियल एरिया एग्जिस्ट ना करता हो। अगर वो करता है तो दैट शुड बी स्कैटर अराउंड द सिटी टू रिड्यूस द saturation of that air quality.
I think just to add to that, there are many जो आपने बातें की, they're very pertinent and they're very real. कि ये सारी दुनिया में जो हो रहे हैं हमें भी इम्पैक्ट कर रहे हैं और बहुत सारे लेवल्स पे है। एक तरफ AI सिमुलेशंस है, दूसरी तरफ सारी दुनिया डिजिटल नोमैड्स बन के पहाड़ों जंगलों में जाके बैठ जाते हैं विद अ कंप्यूटर, राइट? सो दुनिया बहुत फ़र्क हो गई है। देयर इज़ ए क्वांटम लीप in the way that we function today than we did even like yesterday, because it's, I'll just share one little example when I say quantum leap. इस वक्त AI का avatar जो है एक वो उसका IQ लेवल 350 है शायद, डॉक्टर साहब 300 है, और आइंस्टाइन का IQ was 160 I believe, right? So now one AI avatar is 350. It is expected and known that the IQ of the AI avatar will double every year. So next year it's going to be 600, and the year after that it will be 1200. So can you imagine a world where AI avatars are at IQs of millions? Because the process is not going to stop. So एक तरफ हमने उसको harness करना है कि ये जब इतनी ज़बरदस्त knowledge bank आ जाएगा, how is it going to be used? Is it going to improve our world, or there is a danger that it may destroy our world? So ये सारी, दूसरी तरफ ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग कह रहे हैं, खाने बहुत ख़राब हो गए हैं, सेहत ख़राब हो गई है, देर आर स्टोर्स ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड, देसी मुर्गी लो, देसी अंडे लो, गांव चले जाओ, you know. So yes, there is a dichotomy here. And this is the exciting part of life today, that the transition is so rapid that it's never been like this in the history of time, particularly related to our ways of living and, you know, eating and sharing. So these are very exciting times, I think. And I think before we give we'd like to, हमारा time ख़त्म हो गया, हमने certificates भी देने हैं, but Dr. Usman, would you like to just say some words on this briefly?
Assalamu alaikum. If I have to summarize something, all the talks, so these guys are actually discussing how we can tackle the climate change issues with the help of artificial intelligence and remote sensing data. क्योंकि हमारे पास जो सैटेलाइट इमेजरी है वो 1990 से टिल टुडे अवेलेबल है, और क्योंकि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की हेल्प से आप बिल्टअप पिक्सल और ग्रीन पिक्सल के दरमियान डिफरेंस कर सकते हैं कि दिस इज़, और यू कैन एक्चुअली कैलकुलेट द ट्री कवर एरिया ऑफ ऑल द सिटीज़, क्योंकि सैटेलाइट इमेजरी पूरी दुनिया के लिए 1990 से टिल टुडे डिफरेंट सैटेलाइट्स, लैंडसेट्स, अगर लैंडसेट की आप स्कीम चेक करें तो 1970 से टिल टुडे उसके डिफरेंट वेरिएंट्स आ रहे हैं। इसी तरह सेंटिनल 2, सेंटिनल 1, सेंटिनल 2 और सेंटिनल 5P, अगर आप इन स्टूडेंट की एयर पोल्यूशन जो इंडिकेटर्स को कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं, एक्चुअली वो पिक्सल लो रेजोल्यूशन सैटेलाइट डाटा है जो 1 किलोमीटर बाय 1 किलोमीटर में आपको बता रहा है कि डिफरेंट गैसियस इंडिकेटर्स की डेंसिटी क्या है। तो रिसेंट जो हम सेंटर फॉर एआई रिसर्च के अंदर जो काम कर रहे हैं, वी आर एक्चुअली टैकलिंग द क्लाइमेट चेंज इशूज विद द हेल्प ऑफ रिमोट सेंसिंग एंड मशीन लर्निंग एल्गोरिथम्स। उसमें मेजर जो हमारी कंट्रीब्यूशन है, रिसेंट जो ऑक्सफोर्ड न्यूज़ ने भी हाईलाइट किया है, वो ये है कि हाउ यू कैन एक्चुअली टेल आउट द सोर्स ऑफ ग्लोबल बर्डन ऑफ डिजीजेज, जिसमें रेस्पिरेटरी इन्फेक्शन है, लंग कैंसर है, डिफरेंट अदर मलेरिया आउटब्रेक्स हैं। तो हम इन्वायरमेंटल इंडिकेटर्स की हेल्प से क्योंकि जो आपकी सराउंडिंग में इन्वायरमेंट है उसकी हेल्प से आप बता सकते हैं कि उस एरिया के अंदर कौन सी ग्लोबल बर्डन ऑफ डिजीज मतलब आउटब्रेक आप बता सकते हैं, आप प्रिडिक्ट कर सकते हैं फ्यूचर को बेस्ड ऑन डिफरेंट इन्वायरमेंटल इंडिकेटर्स। तो इन्वायरमेंटल इंडिकेटर्स आप सैटेलाइट से आसानी से मेजर कर सकते हैं। जो लेटेस्ट सैटेलाइट्स हैं Sentinel-5 भी, उसमें एयर क्वालिटी सेंसर्स अवेलेबल हैं। Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Saab. I think we'd like to now have the certificate distribution, and Urva is president of our Climate Action Coalition. The first one, Urva Baye, we would like you to give the certificate. आइए Urva देगी
method which voice.
So I think this is real participatory,
those who are
a real participatory process. Thank you.
whose opinion
जी
experiences
आ जाइए। दानिश देते हैं, एक और दे दे। हाँ नहीं दो। थैंक यू उर्वा। डॉक्टर साहब आप आइए, ये डॉक्टर साहब को दे दें। ठीक है, मैं दे दूं। तालियां तो बजवा दे। थैंक यू, मैं भी दे दूं। थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
Both turned out. Another.
And we hope that we will keep in touch with all of you, especially आप लोग ज़रूर हमसे राब्ता करें। Thank you.